All right, let's talk about something so many of us feel but can't ever seem to put a finger on. We're talking about that persistent, bone-deep exhaustion. And as we're about to find out, there might be a very surprising biological reason behind it all.
Does this sound familiar to you? The alarm goes off, you've supposedly had a full 8 hours, but you wake up feeling like you've already run a marathon. It's that super frustrating feeling of starting the day with a completely empty tank.
And it's not just the tiredness, right? It's that weird collection of other little symptoms, like you're always the one needing a sweater, you're struggling to focus, and there's just this nagging feeling that you're a little off.
You know, our first thought is always, oh, I'm just stressed or I must be burning out. But what if the real cause is something more specific, something happening at a hormonal level? We're talking about low estrogen. And trust me, it affects way more people than you might think.
So this brings us to the core of the whole thing. Most of us have this really narrow idea of what estrogen actually does. Let's blow that picture wide open because its real job is absolutely fascinating and goes way, way beyond just reproductive health.
I mean, just look at this list. It's incredible when you see it all laid out. From your brain and your mood, to your energy, your body temperature, and even your motivation. Estrogen is a key player in pretty much everything. It's a true whole-body hormone.
The best way to think about it is like this. Estrogen is your body's master regulator. Its main gig is to keep everything stable and in balance, what scientists call homeostasis. When your levels are right, your body is humming along, and everything just works.
And listen, this is not just an issue for women going through menopause. Low estrogen can affect men too, and it's often triggered by modern life. Things like chronic stress, not sleeping enough, undereating, or even over-exercising. When your body thinks it's in danger, hormone production is one of the first things it dials down.
So how does your body let you know that its master regulator is running on empty? Well, it sends out a pretty specific set of signals that, unfortunately, often get mistaken for something else entirely.
First up is the fatigue. And we're not talking about your I could use a coffee kind of tired. Nope. This is a deep, cellular feeling of being completely drained, where even a full night's sleep doesn't seem to recharge the batteries.
Then there's the whole temperature thing. Estrogen actually helps regulate the hypothalamus, which is kind of like the thermostat for your brain. So when your estrogen levels are low, that thermostat gets wonky, and you might find yourself feeling cold way more easily than everyone else.
Oh, this one can be so frustrating. Estrogen is absolutely critical for memory and mental clarity. So when it dips, you get that classic brain fog, where it's just harder to focus or find the right word.
And if you're feeling extra irritable or just totally unmotivated, it is not just in your head. Low estrogen directly messes with your mood-regulating brain chemicals, like serotonin and dopamine. Your brain chemistry is literally changing.
And of course, it all comes full circle with sleep. Estrogen plays a part in making melatonin, the sleep hormone. So low levels can make it tough to fall asleep and, more importantly, get that deep, restorative rest your body is crying out for.
Okay, so we've got the symptoms down. But why? Why exactly does low estrogen make you feel so completely wiped out? Let's dive into the science behind it, but I promise we'll keep it simple. First, let's look at those brain chemicals. With healthy estrogen levels, your brain gets a nice, steady boost of serotonin and dopamine, the feel-good, get-it-done chemicals. But without it, production drops, and that's where that low mood and lack of drive come from.
Now this gets right to the heart of that fatigue. Your cells have these tiny energy factories called mitochondria. Think of estrogen as a performance enhancer for them. It helps them run at full power. When it's low, their whole operation slows down, literally cutting your energy off at the source.
Estrogen also plays a huge role in managing your blood sugar. It helps your body use insulin the right way. So when levels drop, your blood sugar can get really unstable, leading to those awful energy crashes and intense cravings.
And finally, there's stress. Low estrogen actually makes it harder for your body to manage cortisol, the stress hormone. So what happens is, normal everyday stressors can feel way bigger and much more overwhelming than they normally would.
Okay, but here is the really good news. You are not helpless here. Just understanding the problem is the first huge step, and the next is taking action. So let's look at some simple, science-backed habits that can help support your hormonal balance.
Look, these habits are the foundation of everything. It's about giving your body the raw materials it needs, with things like healthy fats and protein.
It's about calming your nervous system down with simple walks and deep breaths. Ultimately, every single one of these actions sends a powerful signal of safety to your body, telling it that it's okay to invest in hormonal balance again.
Now, of course, while these lifestyle habits are incredibly powerful, some symptoms really do need a conversation with a doctor or a healthcare professional. If things like fatigue, low mood, or memory issues just aren't letting up and are really affecting your life, it's a great idea to get some professional guidance.
And really, that's the whole point of this. You don't need to have all the answers right this second. Just learning to listen to your body and becoming aware of what it might be trying to tell you, that's a massive leap forward.
So, if any of this resonated with you, I want you to remember this. It's not because you're weak or lazy. It's not a personal failing or a lack of willpower. It could simply be that your biology is running on low power mode. And understanding that, well, that's the key to finally giving your body what it truly needs to recharge.